Hey guys, let's get to know each other. So, my first TikTok account was just kind of disappeared. Don't know what happened there. So, I'm going from a little over 3,000 followers to 3. So, I thought, why not get to know me? So, my name is Amber. I am almost 39. I have 2 teenage boys, 2 dogs, a great husband, beautiful home. We're starting a garden. I'm drinking a liquid IV because I have low blood pressure and I get really dizzy and almost pass out often. So, starting our day with a little salt water essentially. I am currently a legal coordinator in the higher education community. I am a business owner where I do transaction coordinator for real estate agents. I'm also a realtor, although I don't practice real estate often because, like I said, I have a business that helps realtors, and that's how I mostly stay in the game, and it's what I prefer. I am passionate about so many things. I enjoy cooking. For the most part, I get tired of it because I hate coming up with ideas. So if you have good ideas, let me know. I am currently getting my doctorate in law and policy at Liberty University, and my subject, because I am at that phase where I'm going to start doing research, is comparing conservative and liberal states on their higher education offerings in prison. Fun fact. It's really strong. Like 95% of individuals who enter prison leave prison. And they're not like there forever. And I personally worked in a prison for 5 years, and I believe that they should be given the opportunity to rehabilitate and get back out. They're going to be members of our community. Let's hope that they learn their lesson, but B, let's give them skills to make them not go back into the life of crime. So a lot of individuals may resort to crime and criminal behavior because they don't have the tools necessary to make a decent living. So big proponent of education. So my topic is we're going to compare those, but I also want to hear from people who were in prison and learn about what opportunities you took in education. That will really help my research. Everything will be anonymous, but if you know someone or you are someone, I would love to hear your story. I would love to talk. I do have to wait a little while, so if you want to reach out to me now, that would be great. I would absolutely appreciate it. However, I do have to wait until I get institutional review board approval and I get all my consent forms approved, and then that conversation can happen. But I am super interested in your journey and how education has transformed you. If it hasn't transformed you, I'm interested in that as well. It's not we only are going to focus on this. I really want to know people's story. I really want to tell it in a way that is anonymous and protects them, but also can show that people have the power to transform. So that is a very big passionate project of mine. I am also reading lots of books. This year I've read Pray First, and it was pretty good. It talks about your relationship with God, things that you can do. I felt like it was more promotion for the guy's church than anything else, but it really is important to put God, higher source, whatever you call it, first. Allow them to take care of you, because in the end, to me, that's really the truth. I read Good Vibes, Good Life, very similar, different language, a little bit more fun than Pray First. And then for a fun book, I read All the Dangerous Things by Stacy Willingham. Oh my God. Such a good book. And you guys, I got to meet her, and she was so sweet and so nice and just, I don't know, like a little ray of sunshine. And I love her books so much. So if you have not read a Stacy Willingham and you like a suspense, I wouldn't say it's not true crime, but there's crime involved, but the suspense thriller novel, check her out. She is amazing. And then I read, oh my God, I read so many books. You Are a Badass, Hurt, Healing, Healed, You Are a Badass was funny. Liked it. Very similar to the other books, Pray First and Good Vibes, Good Life, but way funnier. Use some curse words. That's okay with me. Hurt, Healing, Healed was a hard one to get through because it felt very repetitive, and I understand the reason why the author was repetitive, because these are topics that are pretty hard to understand in terms of like realizing that we can hurt ourselves and hold on to things that we didn't think were hurtful but really were for a very long time. And I will say, like, one thing I remember is being like a kid and being a cheerleader, and I've always been heavier than my friends, and then they were like, oh, you're always at the bottom, you never got to be on top, or oh, you had to go get your uniform altered, things like that. Very hurtful. Like, even to today, I'm almost, like I said, almost 39 years old, and it's still kind of hurtful. And I have like issues with weight. Not blaming my 6-year-old self for that. So you know what? I just think, that was something that I learned. I'm going to forgive myself for holding on to that for a long time. And I'm going to move forward. Like, my body is my body. It's the only body I have. And I am going to try my best to take care of it. I do need to exercise, start weightlifting, because I am a weak person. I'm so weak. And according to my doctors, I'm at the age where I should really be doing some like light weightlifting to help so I don't get osteoporosis as I age. Anywho, so it was just a really difficult book to get through, not emotionally, just like going through all the things. But it was a good read. And then I read Witchcraft for Wayward Girls by Grady Hendrix, also like probably my favorite author. And I got to meet him at the same event that I met Stacy at. Also the nicest guy, and absolutely loved him. And that book had everything. You were angry, sad, hurt, disappointed, you just fell in love with the characters. And it is such a good story. I highly recommend it. Even if you're not into witchcraft or things like that. Like, if you think, oh, that's spooky. I mean, I guess it's not a very spooky novel. There's a couple of scenes where it's like, ooh, that's kind of gross or kind of creepy. But compared to some of his other books, I don't think the horror element is that dominant. But it is such a good book. I highly, 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 highly recommend it. And I'm currently reading Sorry, I Didn't Want to Come, An Introvert's Year of Saying Yes. Jessica Pan, I believe, is the author. And we must be cut from the same cloth, because I feel her so much in this. And I'm thoroughly enjoying it so far. So I'll do a book review, I guess, later, maybe. I don't know if that's what you're into. But anyhow, that's basically me in a nutshell. I am going to probably start screaming up the stairs. I'm not really going to scream. I'm just going to say, guys, it's ready. It's time. We need to leave soon. Make sure my kids get down so we can be on school on time. And then I'm going to come home, get some dinner on in the crock pot, because I feel like that's what we need tonight. Then get to work. And in the meantime, I'm going to enjoy my liquid IV, and I got to take my medicine, because if not, I'm going to be stiff as a board, because I have a lot of medical issues. I have fibromyalgia, Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. I already mentioned that I'm kind of like hypotension. My blood pressure is real low. I mean, it takes 3 times sometimes for them to even get a reading. But I'm using the liquid IV Golden Cherry, and I haven't had that one in a while, and to me it's a little tart and like, ooh, strong, but it's tasty. Anyways, I should say, I hope you have a great day. It is Wednesday. We are almost done, and I'm off on Friday because I'm going to the Flower Town Festival in Summerville, South Carolina. So my week is really almost done. Have a great day.